What's good, motherfuckers? It's another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. Before we dive in, all the fun places that you can find us and should find us right here at our home on Podbean at world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify. We are streaming our recording live right the hell now on Twitch, and then later this is going to go up on our Fancy Pants YouTube channel as well. And then you can also like that handy dandy Facebook page and give the Twitter a follow. And Kathy, are you still working in the background on that weird like Instagram Gen Z baby engine power thing?
Trying.
Cool.
There's not
Sweet.
much to post, but
That's all right.
We're getting there.
We are. It's steaming up. It's steaming up now, and then later it's going to be ha ha ha. So in any case, as always, I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me tonight, we've got Josh the LeGroux on deck.
Hello.
Eddie Babyface Black Man V.
Please do not pro Jared me, bro. Don't pro Jared me.
And Kathy Streamy Pants.
That just sounds bad.
I know.
It makes it sound like I wet my pants all the time or
Well, if
something.
you would say streaming pants, then that would.
Either way, it just doesn't sound right.
I know, that's
Sorry.
why I did it.
That's why he does it.
I know, but it just...
And then you sit there and give me validation on it, too.
That's the bad part. I know. I just...
Now he's never going to stop.
Can I give
Yeah,
you a new,
it's not
can
happening.
I give you a new one, Kathleen?
Yes, please.
Kathleen streamless.
No, Streamstis.
Streamless. That's it.
Yeah, it's seamstress, so it would be Streamstress.
Or the
Yes.
mistress of the stream.
That's fine.
Streamstress.
I think I like what John... Just because streams... I can't even say it.
Streamstress.
Right.
That's like a tongue twister right there.
If we get t-shirts made, yours is going to say Streamstress.
Fuck. Okay.
Hell.
So
So,
it begins!
that's right. Thank God we're back after a week off because of drama schedules and exhaustion and other bullshit. Not going to lie, I was sad to take a week off. I missed every fucking one of you. But we are absolutely back. So let's jump into it because now we've got 2 weeks worth of, oh my God, video games. Kathy, what have you been playing? Because I know some of what you've been playing.
Yeah, not much. There hasn't been very much variety. We got back into The Witness yesterday, which thank God I was getting anxious because the only other game I've really been playing is Fortnite, and I was getting bored. They did start a new season. We ended season 8 with the end game, the Marvel Universe stuff, and then season 9 started last Thursday. And so it's just all I've been doing is playing Fortnite, but that's because I've been trying to get back into a stream schedule. Fortnite seems to be the game that a lot of the people who watch my channel, that's what they like to watch. So
The Chillins.
most of the well, there's not all chillins. Some of them are, adulting it, but not much else. I do plan on starting. I kind of got inspired by watching Game of Thrones. Don't worry, no spoilers. But I wanted to get back into Skyrim, so every Sunday I'm now going to start doing what I'm calling a Skyrim story. So I'm creating a character. I've got mods installed. I'm going to not start with the actual dragon attacking Helgen, but we're just going to start off and just kind of do like a little mini series every Sunday night. That way I'm playing something different because I am getting tired of Fortnite. That's why we really got to finish up The Witness, Larry, because I want to play BioShock, I want to play Portal. There's so many games that are on the back burner that I've just been like dying to play. And
Well, now we've got a schedule locked down, which
Yes.
so let's detour for just a second here because let's talk about that. So because Kathy's going to get to talking about The Witness in a minute here, I'm sure, but we've got a schedule locked down now for recording and streaming out our wonderful Let's Play series, The Dumb Leading the Blind, with our first game of choice is The Witness. So y'all can look forward to new episodes of that. We're looking at 2-hour streams every Monday night. We aim it for, what is it, 9:30 Eastern?
9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, yes.
There you go. Boom. So, and you can, of course, find that on our Twitch channel. And then shortly thereafter, within a day or two, you should be seeing that go up on our YouTube channel. Once everything settles in, should be seeing that go up on Wednesdays on YouTube. Give it a 2-day window.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's really it. Oh, well, and I did play another game, but I'm going to wait until you tell what games you've been playing, Larry, because one of them is probably one you're going to mention. So, because we talked about it last night that you had gotten on the Switch.
Oh, you did get it!
Yeah, so we'll talk when you get it, we'll talk, because I've got some opinions about that. But otherwise, I did play some more Dead Cells. Just kind of running through it. Every so often, I think you even said it yourself, Larry, is that it's a good game just to pick up, play for a little while, and then get out.
It's a good bite size.
Yeah, because I definitely like the platforming Metroidvania type games, but I don't necessarily want to play them on stream for like 5-6 hours. Where Fortnite I kind of can, because I have people usually I'm playing with, I'm more conversations, whereas with the Dead Cells it's kind of like it gets old real fast. Plus when I start dying all the time, I get frustrated much easier.
Actually, that reminds me. I think I've got a good palate cleanser for you for Dumb Leading the Blind, because it's one we can knock out in like 1 or 2 sessions. It's super short, and I think it's going to give you that little fix that you like there too.
Good. But yeah, Witness. I turned on the 7 lasers, opened up the mountain, then decided, fuck that, I'm going somewhere else, because I was like, I'm not, no.
Saw the inside of the mountain.
I saw the inside of the mountain, I'm like, fuck this, we're going back outside. It actually just looked depressing. So, moseyed around a little bit, did some stuff on Larry's suggestion, but then Larry was kind enough, off screen, to show me how the game could have been, ended in 3 minutes. And I am still I'm a little peeved about that. But then again, it just shows why I'm the dumb one. I'm the blind. But I'm the dumb blind person who cannot figure out what but in all fairness, that was not... They set it up perfectly that you wouldn't realize it until you probably played it a second time through. So...
Well, just until you were a little further.
Right. So...
Or the story.
Well,
no, it's
that's
right at the gate before you actually get onto the island with the sun, and
like coming out the first area
to
get to the true ending. You can do it in under 3 minutes.
Gotcha.
Spoiler alerts, everybody, but yeah, it's like And Larry actually showed it to me off stream.
I didn't show you the actual ending, though.
No, you didn't show me the ending. I don't know what the ending is.
I wasn't going to spoil it.
No, so I don't know the ending, but I do now know how to solve that, or at least get to the ending in 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. That being said, I did so when I did for a couple reasons. One,
because you liked seeing my this is fucking bullshit.
That was part of the joy. But the second was because you finally saw that first video with the lady in the windmill theater.
Yes.
And as I explained to Kathy, I said the video in the windmill theater is Jonathan Blow's way of communicating what he wants you to start to try and understand with the witness.
Yeah. And
the particular video in question here talks about stopping searching for something and simply seeing it. And that train of thought, that concept, and that way of thinking translates heavily into the witness. Stop struggling to try and figure out just look at it and go, oh, I see it.
Yeah.
And so when you can start to do that, things become much easier. It's kind of like, like what we talked about in the group chat with your virtual boy, where you kind of have to stop focusing in and just let it relax. to where you can suddenly see it.
Yeah.
Right.
My problem is if
One
I
second
relax.
it's not, then you do.
Yeah, but my problem is if I relax too much, my eyes go blurry and I can't see anything because I have really bad double vision. So I don't think that would help my puzzle skills.
Well, it's not so much
got Larry.
visually relaxing your eyes as it is doing the same thing with your mind.
Yeah, and then my mind wanders into other areas, and I would just sit there and stare off into space, and you'd be like,
It's a-
Kathy?
It's
Kathy?
it's a rep. It's a rep after that.
But and again, I'll say it
No.
even though it's a couple years old at this point. Spoiler warning. But what I showed her was that gate puzzle, because the way the game constructs, the player makes an assumption
Mhm.
99% of the time. That assumption, however, is incorrect.
Yeah.
Because the assumption is that puzzles are relegated strictly to panels.
Right.
Right.
The game, however, tells you from the get-go, says this is what a puzzle looks like.
Yeah. This is not.
You-
Yeah.
Right. It tells you puzzle begins with circle, ends with the half circle, and it's one line of solid color. At that point, it's entirely on the player to almost inevitably make the incorrect assumption that it has to be on a panel. And then, again, I had the safety of showing Kathy this because the witness does not have multiple save files.
Right.
So if she really wanted to just cheat it, she would have to wipe all of her progress. And it's at a point now that once you go past that point, in order to reactivate the gate to do that puzzle to get to the true ending, you have to get through the rest of the game.
So, yeah.
So I knew she was locked in, and she was deep enough 7 lasers in that she wasn't going to sacrifice her save.
You
But
don't
it
know
all-
me that well. I might just do it. We might get into Monday and be like, oh, new game!
Right.
You're going to
You
miss
don't- you
out on
don't know
so
me.
much, though. Because there really is, like, more story's not the right word.
There's more to the eye. There's more.
More narrative content.
Yeah. It just depends on how badly I want to get onto a different game. We'll see how I feel on Monday. But there may come a point where I'm just like, fuck this!
I'll tell you this. When we get to it, I will tell you the point at which it's worth sacrificing your save to see the ending.
Okay.
Because I can tell you, I know exactly where you're going to hit a brick wall. And it's going to be the Hall of the Mountain King.
Oh, great.
And
I'm also
the
very stubborn. So now that he said that, I'm going to
You're not
want to
gonna
push
do it.
through. And that's what...
I'm going to put it to you this way. I have literally watched Jonathan Blow fail the Hall of the Mountain King.
Okay.
I've seen plenty of other people do it. I'm just saying. The issue is that Hall of the Mountain King,
Mm-hmm.
the answers are randomly generated every time. And you're on a timer.
Oh, more fun.
Mm-hmm. That's where it kind of comes back to what the lady in the windmill theater was talking about. You have to learn to simply just be able to see it.
I'm going to have to practice more.
So, but in any case,
Yeah.
like I said, there will come a point where I would recommend at least attempting the Hall of the Mountain King a couple times just to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Do the false ending, and then go back and do and sack the save and do the true ending.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
That's just for the sake of avoiding pure raw frustration and irritation.
I don't
'Cause I
get
can-
irritated. Not that at all. Jeez.
I can foresee it.
You know me too well.
I do.
Yes, I will
So.
get frustrated. I can tell already. I'm already
But-
I got frustrated on some of those puzzles that probably I shouldn't have, but oh well.
But we've got plenty of other actually really legit cool stuff to explore on the island.
There's
So.
definitely a lot more, and I'm having fun with it, but definitely 2 hours is my limit.
Yeah.
And then I
Well,
go
especially
crazy.
at that time at night.
I mean,
so.
so then I gotta go back and do something that's mindless, like playing Fortnite. So
Palate cleanser, yeah.
But that's really it. I mean, there's just not much else I've been playing.
All right. And Eddie, you're up.
Okay, so I've been like rotating between all three systems: PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. So I'm going to actually start with Nintendo Switch. Finished the second game from Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Collection. So now I'm at Trials and Tribulations, which is like the last game. So I'm halfway through there. Restarted up Dead Cells, like did the update and everything, and enjoying that. Played a little bit more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And man, I'm back into that game, like loving it and everything. Just thoroughly enjoying it. Black Paradox, I picked up and got into and loving that game. It really has an RPG aesthetic to it. It's just like, it is difficult at times, but like the more that you play and the more stuff that you collect and you use to help you out, you'll have a better chance to survive. It's like only 7 levels of it, and it's really fun. So just been enjoying that. What else did I pop there? I thought, Hop, I did. I played a little bit more of that. I believe I'm halfway through that game, so I just need to finish it out with that RPG, and then I'll be done with that. And then be jumping back into Final Fantasy 9 on Switch, because still have not beat that game yet. And I own it on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, now on Switch, and it's just like, I need to finish this game and get through it. And I need to jump back into Okami HD for it. And plus, with Just Shapes and Beats coming out for PS4, I'll be jumping back into that on Switch. Yes, Larry, I have not beat it, so hush your mouth. Do not judge me.
Did you get past the concierge?
Yes, I did. So, every time I play, I actually wrote a blog
game
about
I
that.
beat before Eddie did.
Uh-huh.
Well, yes, that is
I'm
true.
kidding, Eddie. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm totally kidding.
I was like, well, that is true.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie.
Looks not mad at you at all.
Eddie, it gives me great pleasure to inform you live on stream right now that for a second time, Kathy has wrecked your shit.
That is true.
Actually, for counting, I think it's 3 times, but that's.
What?
Who's
Well,
keeping track?
I actually wrote a blog about this. This game's music has kind of become one of my favorite dance track games in a
It's
sense.
so good.
It literally knocked out Streets of Rage 2, and I
There you
have
go, Kathy. There's intermission.
Actually, later. We'll talk about that later.
It's been on a level that both soundtracks are so good independently, but every time I just listen to the music from Just Shapes and Beats, and I know that's licensed music and stuff, I'm just like, I'm bopping my head to this. I'm like, I could put this on anything. And then, like I said, with the announcements coming from PlayStation 4, I'm just like, more people will be able to experience this game if they haven't picked it up on PC or Switch. If they just on PlayStation and stuff, I'm like, this is a game that people need to get. And surprisingly, not many people are talking about it. With the game being out, and I'm just like, I really hope this game gets another chance, because people were hyped and they enjoyed it on Switch and probably on PC. Now it's another system's turn to get that enjoyment. And it's just like, when I play Streets of Rage 2, it's balanced in its music and its gameplay, and that will always be an all-time classic for me. But I think the music knocked it out, and there hasn't been a dance soundtrack that has ever did that. Even Luminous, with this great music and stuff, hasn't been able to touch Streets of Rage 2, in my opinion, when it comes to dance music and stuff. So, yeah, everybody go get those games. Luminaire, Streets Race 2, and Just Chasing Beats if you're into it. And shoot, Just Chasing Beats has to literally fight Forza Horizon 4, some radio soundtrack for their house music in that game. Because Forza 4 also has some great music in there. But that's what I've been doing on Switch. For Xbox One, jump back there to Forza Horizon 4, getting some more challenges done for that to finish that game up. Had a Castlevania kick and went back to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I am in the Upside Down. I'm in the second castle, so I'm going to do that. Just loving that game. Just like, man, getting ready for that Castlevania collection that's hitting this Thursday. But well, by the time you guys see this or hear this episode, the game will be out. But I'm ready for that game. Cannot wait to play it all the way through. Because Bloodlines for Sega Genesis, I've never played. And Castlevania 3 on the NES, I never played.
I actually used to have Bloodlines on Genesis.
Oh, I remember seeing it in I remember seeing it in the EGM, but I just didn't see it in stores in my area.
Bloodlines is legit the only reason I'm even contemplating picking this up.
Well, I do want to play the Game Boy games too, because I never got to play those.
Yeah, those are actually really good games too.
Yeah, and I think it should be Rondo of Blood. I believe that's the one that's on it. I wonder if it's the TurboGrafx version.
Probably not. It's probably the
because Rondo of Blood is a TurboGrafx game. The Super Nintendo / Super Famicom got that version, but I think it was a different name and they took some stuff out of it. Because Rondo of Blood was like a TurboGrafx CD game.
You're right.
Isn't that the one that ended up being Dracula X?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I was just losing my mind on that.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. TurboGrafx last PC Engine. Crazy name that they named that system. And then jump back into Monster World Hunter, and I am loving this game once again. I actually took down another monster, and I'm like, yes, I'm good. But I still need to get some materials to craft my my long sword. I got like this big katana blade. So
is that what you like using?
That's blades? What I'm. Yeah, I'm using the big blades. My character, he's like a samurai kind of thing. He has a light green long samurai hairstyle, but have like a yellow beard. He looks like a is it Neapolitan? When it's the strawberry, the chocolate, and the green pistachio kind of thing. My character looks like that, but one of his eyes is blue and the other eye is red, and then I got two scars with switch colors. So whatever the blue eye is, it has the red mark, red scratch, and vice versa. And my cat is called Claude D Boy. So it's CLAWED, and then DE, or the E is small, and then B, the boy is BOY. So Claude D Boy, like the cat is clawing these boys and these monsters and stuff. So I just was being funny and stuff. But really enjoying that game. I did pick up Rage 2, but I haven't started it yet. I got to get it installed. Played Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Going to be starting more of that. I might end up streaming that game.
It's a good game. You like it?
Yeah. Because I played the first one and couldn't understand some of it. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if the difficulty was weird or anything, but this one seems more easier. Because I
think it's a little better. It's a little more streamlined.
Okay, because those boss fights in this first game was terrible and hard. They were difficult and being unfair, and they're just like, oh crap. So, hopefully this one, the fights are easier and I can get around the stuff. Because I want to stealth kill stuff.
Sure.
Definitely went by playing Days Gone, which was switched me to PlayStation 4. I'm playing more of Days Gone, enjoying that. like really having fun in that. They really need to patch this game. Like this thing is buggy.
Well, it's already had 4 patches.
It has 7 patches.
7 already? Okay,
Yeah.
so now that's how long I've been out.
Yeah, it's like and they may have more patches and stuff onto it. I haven't popped it. The one I was playing was from the last patch. Because I jumped around after playing Days Gone. I started playing Ninja Gaiden, the arcade version.
Ooh.
That came to Switch. That came to PlayStation 4, and it's on Switch. And I one of the people I follow on Twitter, he used to work at EGM and on One Up, and now he works at Sony. He also used to work at Ignition. You remember Muramasa the Demon Blade? He used to work at Ignition to promote that game with Vanillaware. So, but now he's at Sony, and so he posted it like, "Hey, Ninja Gaiden is available," and I literally bought that game with the quickness because I've never got a chance to beat the arcade version. It's a game that I played at the laundromat so many times every time I went, and I would just stare at it, and that's kind of I think. Not realizing that it was Tecmo who did that game, because when it came to like playing games for Tecmo, the first thing I remember is playing Tecmo Bowl, and then Ninja Gaiden, the NES one, was the second game that I played from Tecmo ever. So when I seen that it came to PlayStation 4, I ended up buying it and then kicked myself because the game came on Switch also. And I was just like, dang nabbit. So I didn't buy it for Switch. I just played it on PlayStation 4. If a sale does happen on Switch, I'll buy it then. Buy it there. Play more Borderlands Game of the Year edition. Almost done with that game. I think I got like 30% more to beat. Got to do some side missions and then do some more story missions, and then I'll be done. And to wrap it up, I play What Remains of Edith Finch.
What'd you think? Because I played it, so I already have my opinion on it.
I was thinking about you too, because I was just like, this is game Captain Play. It's free on PSN, and this game is not worth $20.
No, that was exactly what I said, and I'm glad I got it for free.
I understand that the game is just like, this is a family who kind of had a curse of death placed on them, but it's more just like, well, this is just stupid decisions that people make. Like I don't think we find out why some of the kids ran away, and like why I think the uncle or the cousin hid under the house, and then was just like, I'm going to take my time to enjoy the world, and here's a train that's gonna wait. Where did the train come from? He was just under a house. Like, wait, this doesn't make no sense. Like, none whatsoever. Like, you mean to tell me y'all left the plan, y'all left some island over some craziness. Your house got, and I don't know, that house is big. How did it fit on a boat to actually be travel in the time that they was in? The house sank or something. They let it on an island, built another house, and kept building it up, and there was no train tracks to be around. Like, where is the train at for this to happen? Like, it was just stupid things placed in that didn't make no sense. And I was just like, this is pointless in a sense. Like, I could understand it was kind of cool with some of the games, but I hated the camping one where you had to take the pictures, because you had to take the right picture in order to progress. And it was just like, okay, you're not letting me go to this side because you keep switching me. I gotta focus on to get. I'm like, okay, this is stupid. I kind of wish to hear like Eddie. I think that was the great grandma. Or the grandma. I wanted to hear more of her story, because her voice actor was really good.
Yes.
Like, that voice actor part of that. And I was just like, okay, the mama's cuckoo crazy. she bolted all the doors and stuff, and I was just like, wait, when did this start? It was just like this house became of a family of the man and some of the women were like engineers, and they turned the house into a Scooby-Doo mystery because there was pathways that you could go through, books that they like under. The mom, she bolted the doors, but then she gave the daughter a key to come visit the place. And that, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. You didn't want nobody going into the rooms to learn about the story, but you gave the daughter a key to explore this house. Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, it was nonsense.
I don't think
Sounds
her
like
mom
you've got what remains of an entire story.
Oh, go ahead, Kathy.
I was gonna say I think the mom died and she got the key after mom died. I don't think mom
Yeah.
gave her the key. So it wasn't, and the girl just went back just to go back for memory purposes. I don't think her mom sent her back. But she even talked about how those rooms were locked even when she was a child, so. But it sounded like they were all freaking crazy. It was just craziness, and it was not what I was expecting. But
Right. Where did they get all those books from?
I think the grandpa was a collector of the books.
Okay, because they have books everywhere. And then, like, from the times that she was writing everything in the journal with the dates and stuff about the story, everything looked so modern. Like, okay, this looks like a room that is a current room, but they died in like 1956 and stuff. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, the power ran out, okay, but then there's electricity going underneath the house, like there's a generator and stuff, and there's just like a big HD TV in this mug, and it's just like, there was just weird stuff. I say if you do got PlayStation Plus, if you are interested in playing this game, play it for free.
Yeah.
Don't pay any money for this game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this was literally a waste of my time.
It was definitely not worth $20. So, but
Like, I will say that some of the voice acting, some of the stories were okay. I really like the main character's voice acting. She was good. I would say if you're going to put any money into a story that deals with this kind of ideal of death and stuff, go play Rhyme.
Yeah.
Like get a better experience and a better adventure for it. I wouldn't waste my time with it. Like, I finished it. I'm going to replay it again so I can just get the trophies, and then the remains of Edith Finch won't be remaining on my PlayStation 4. It would be right off. I'm keeping Overcooked, but everything else, it really is not worth it. So yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been playing on my system. And everything, and I'm going to be like this summer. I'm going to get ready to do a replay of all 3 Tomb Raider games, the modern ones, because I just bought the DLC, the full season pass DLC on Xbox One for like $18. So for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so I'm going to be playing all of that there, and it's going to be kind of weird because I have I think it's the 40th anniversary or 30th anniversary one that came out to play PlayStation 4 for Rise of the Tomb Raider. So it has everything on there. So I'm gonna do that Rise full playthrough on PlayStation 4 because I'm gonna do the DLC there since I have everything. But that's pretty much what I have been playing.
That puts you up, Josh.
Yeah, I haven't been playing too much. I've been the last week was pretty epic for me for work. So I've been playing. I did a little bit of my Virtual Boy, like we talked about in our chat. I've dug that thing out and put batteries in it, and it works perfectly good. So I was playing that. I was actually having fun with it, and just kind of remembering how I was playing. For some reason, it's a lot more fun now than it was. I have no idea why, but I was goofing around with it for about 2 or 3 hours, playing that. I was doing some other kind of retro gaming. I'm getting my retro PC up and working. Yeah, So that's going to be up. That's going to be up and ready to go real quick here. Now that my work schedule's settled down to a normal 40 to 50 hours a week, so that's kind of good. I did some Perfect Dark Zero on my Xbox 360 because I found my steelbook of it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to play this again. So I started playing that, and it really hasn't aged well at all. It's a hard game to play, but it's kind of fun. Played a couple hours of that. I've just done I did some mobile gaming a little bit here and there. I played some Super Mario Run. I played a little more Dragalia Lost. I actually put some money into that finally because I've decided that was a perfect game to play on my lunch breaks at work. That's really about it.
Okay. Let's see. So, let's talk Void Space Racer first. I know. Well, the meaty conversation is going to be on the back end here. So I picked it up. It's been on my wish list. I'm like, this looks interesting, but I don't know if well, it showed up on sale for 50 cents. I'm like, for 50 cents, fuck it. We'll play with that.
Yeah.
So picked up Void Space Racer. It's kind of neat. It is a true zero-G racing game. It's kind of like if you took the multiplayer from Star Fox and turned it into a racing game by way of like just throwing out checkpoints kind of all over a stage with like a floating, space station, to kind of bob and weave in and out of for obstacles rather than having an actual track to follow. The controls are not amazing by any means, but I my gut tells me that if I actually stick with it and play it, I will get a better handle on it. Mm-hmm. I think the controls have a significant learning curve because it doesn't really gamify the concept of zero-G. It says this is zero-G, you are flying in a vacuum in space, and so momentum carries. And so if you want to stop, if you want to brake, they've got a brake button, but it's essentially triggering forward-facing thrusters. Yeah. Right. And so it's interesting.
It's like Asteroid.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like I said, for 50 cents, worst case, if I didn't like it, I wasn't butthurt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I've pilled with it some, and I want to get a little deeper into it and see what I think and see if I can actually get good at it and see if I can start to nail out the nuance of the controls and the hairpin turns. And
that thing
so what is this for?
Bitch. I'm sorry.
Is it for PC or?
It's on Switch.
On Switch? Okay.
It is.
It's on sale right now for 50 cents.
It is a
I mean, geez, for that, I might pick it up.
I did find inverting the Y-axis helped.
See, I tried inverting, and then I started using... I couldn't figure it out. Well, I kept missing checkpoints, and I didn't know how I was missing checkpoints. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what the frick?
I can tell you something that helped. It helped me start getting a handle on it. Is the little tiny circle that has the three lines on it.
Yeah, it turns red when you're in it.
Yeah, line that up with the checkpoints.
Yeah, but I would go past the checkpoint. I thought I was lined up, and then it was like, nope, you missed it. And it's like, what the hell? It is definitely a learning. And then I ended up out of bounds. I don't even know how I got out of bounds.
Did you really? Yeah. I have not done that yet. What did it do? What did it do?
All of a sudden, I guess I kept going, and I didn't realize I was going the wrong direction. And next thing it says, out of bounds. And then you're trying to turn, and you get flipped upside down. It's like, oh, this is going to make me sick. But no, it for 50 cents, you're right. And for 50 cents, it is a cool game. It is a cool take on racing. I have not beaten the time trial yet, so I don't know what the other tracks are like.
Right, I'm in the same boat. But it's definitely a more unique experience, too.
It is. So it definitely...
That's part of what I like, is that variety of experience.
Yeah, and it's definitely an interesting racing concept. And and I keep running into the space station a lot.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, what the frick? But no, I decided to pick that one up. That was one of the other one I was playing.
So, and then continuing this trend, I was actually playing another racing game before that. That's the one I thought you
No,
picked
that's
up.
the other one I gotta get.
Okay.
I couldn't remember the name actually.
So I picked it up on sale a few weeks back, and I finally got around to playing some of it a couple nights ago. Started playing The Last Penelope. And
interesting.
yeah. So you say that until you hear the description, then you're going to go, the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So The Last Penelope tells a story of Greek mythology of Penelope looking for Odysseus, who's gone off, and you'll cross paths with the Minotaur and the Siren and others, but it's all set in the future in outer space, and it plays like a top-down version of RC Pro-Am fucked Wipeout. It is a racing game. So take the top-down old-school racer style of RC Pro-Am, mesh that with the concept of Wipeout, where it's a machine racer with weapons. You've got The Last Penelope. Like as you'll go through, you'll eventually pick up, depending on what order you're tackling things in, because it doesn't give you a set order to go through planets and trials and stuff. It takes you through the intro and then says, all right, what kind of challenge you up for? It'll throw you a couple that are medium difficulty, a couple that are hard difficulty, and a couple that are like, it literally calls them impossible. And
so it's God of War meets Twisted Metal with the engine used to make E.T. for the Atari 2600.
No, there's no Twisted Metal to it. It's definitely more Wipeout.
Question.
Yes.
Is it called The Last Penelope, or is it The Next Penelope?
You're right, The Next Penelope. I'm
okay,
sorry.
that's why I couldn't find it.
That's my fault.
Yeah.
No. I just wanted to make sure because I want to get it because it sounds awesome, but then I couldn't find it, so.
Yeah, The Next Penelope. I apologize.
No. Can I get Penelope from the Laugh Olympics, that racing cartoon that Hanna-Barbera did?
Oh, you talking about the ones where
Wacky Races?
Yeah, what?
Wacky Races. Can I get that instead? Oh, actually, I wonder. They should make that Speed Racer arcade game come to Switch. That's what I want to play.
Well, I say they had that awesome Speed Racer game on the Wii that was actually probably the closest stand-in we were going to get to an F-Zero game forever.
Yeah,
because that was legit awesome.
Yes, it was.
But in any case, there's like the weapon selection. The couple that I played with are actually kind of neat. For Next Penelope, one of them is you get by default a like a laser cannon that'll just shoot straight ahead, but it'll actually the shots will ricochet off of walls. And then from there, one of the next ones that you're likely to pick up is going to be the vampire mines. And so when you're racing around the track, if you drop the vampire mines, it costs you energy to use them. But if you can get somebody to hit them, it gives you more energy back than it took you to drop them.
Okay.
So here's the really neat one, though. At least of the ones that I've played with so far. The teleport. You can literally, mid-race, instantly, you hold your X button, and then it slows everything down to almost a dead stop, but not completely. And it then turns around and pulls up this little thing where you can move an outline of your ship onto another part of the track, so you can use it to like jump off onto another track to shortcut. or to go from like one track to another where you normally couldn't because it's sectioned off by barrier walls.
Mhm.
It's really neat, and if you're really good about it and you're really clever, you can definitely get a real leg up advantage in getting ahead in the races with that. But I'm like, that's just fucking cool. And then on top of that too, from what I've seen so far, it's structured to where when you pick a planet, it's a 3-course set. And the first course is something that's going to introduce you to the new weapon or tool that you just got. The second one is going to be a straight race where you've got to get first place to move on. And you can go through the race with, all of your new weapons available to you after you finish the first lap. And then the third challenge in that progression track is an actual boss fight. It's centered around using that new thing that you just got. So, like the teleport you get from the Minotaur and the boss fight for the Minotaur, fucking actually legit cool as shit, is it's 3 tracks all running perpendicular with each other, or parallel with each other, rather. And there's energy barriers that are kind of, coming down the track, and you've got to teleport hop across the track. Again, being mindful too, because your teleport is a huge energy drain on your shield. And you can teleport yourself to death. So,
Really? Okay.
yeah. So you've got to watch and find the recharge points and get over there to keep yourself charged so you can keep teleporting yourself out of harm's way of the laser barriers. All the while, you've got the giant Minotaur head boss floating across the 3 tracks, and you've got to fucking shoot him down as well. And he's a sizable boss, all while he's hurling giant fucking fireballs at you. It gets a little manic, and it's definitely got a tiny, tiny touch of resource management, but it's pretty fucking cool. So, but yeah, no, I was really impressed. I'm like, this is cool as shit. It took me a hot minute to get a handle on the controls again because I haven't played a top-down racer in like 2.5 decades. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years.
So, but no, it's legit pretty cool, and it's not terribly expensive. And no joke, the story's actually kind of decent for a weird little space odyssey game.
Kind of like a retelling of. I think it was like I was reading. It was like a retelling of Homer's Odyssey or something like that.
Yeah, the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
I dropped a link to the trailer in the chat, and I'll throw it in the show notes too, so anybody listening can peep it. Matter of fact, just in case, I don't know if anybody's around, but I'm going to drop the link here in the Twitch stream chat too. So if anybody wants to deviate and check that out later, you've got it. But in any case, but no, like I said, I had a good time with it. It was really cool. And then last but not least, I played about 3 minutes of The Witness. So
I still need to. I started that on PlayStation 4, but yeah.
But yeah, so that's. It wasn't so much to show off. There was a touch of that, I won't lie, but it was to help kind of drive home and help convey what the lady in the windmill was talking about.
And to make me feel foolish.
I'm not gonna lie, I did derive a small amount of sadistic sick pleasure from that.
Is it bad that I kind of
Tiny bit, just a little itty bitty of it. Why do all the ladies love Jesus? Because he's hung like this.
Is it bad that I feel like? Is it bad that I feel like The Witness is kind of boring? I don't feel like this is entertaining as a puzzle game.
If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to kind of be into it.
Yeah, and then, like I said, about 2 hours is about all I can handle. Then I start just getting to that
Doses.
glazed look and like, just tell me the answers, Larry. I'm just fucking done.
Mm.
And I don't want to do that because then it's cheating. But
yeah.
stepping away from it, then you go back. Like I figured, I was in the greenhouse on the last part of it, and I came back and I figured it out right away after I'd spent probably about 15-20 minutes trying to figure it out. So
you actually like super advanced because you like legit figured out the last puzzle to be able to skip like 2 floors of the elevator in there too.
It was totally by accident too. I finally realized that there were 2 color, or there was. I figured out which ones were all different.
Yep. So, but yeah, I mean, you followed the logic tree. You just got in front of it and used that to skip ahead. So, with Twitch, fucking good on you. But that's what I've been playing. And speaking of why do the ladies love Jesus, why'd Jesus stop playing hockey?
Why?
Because he kept getting nailed to the boards. And that's where we say break. I pull something neat off the shelf, and we talk about it, and I show it off for a minute. This is basically just nerd show and tell. So, this week, since we were talking about Castlevania, I decided I would pull something from the shelf related. So, we have here this nifty black box, and on the front side of the black box is a plastic Mox wax seal. We'll give you a nice close-up of that. Cross with the upside-down bat wings. So, this came with, this is the pre-order bonus to Castlevania Portrait of Ruin.
For the DS.
Exactly. So, inside this plain-looking black box is actually a plethora of really cool shit. So let's go ahead and we'll open it up. Simple little open flap closure there, just Velcro shut under the button. We're going to start by pulling this guy out, which at first, kind of nondescript, the hell is it? And then you open it up, and inside, we got a couple goodies. On one side, it came with a DS game case holder. Holds 2 DS games, I think it was. Mm-hmm. So, actually kind of cool. You can get up close there, and it's, the little Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. Or no, it was a Castlevania 20th Anniversary logo on there. And I got to remember how to open this, actually. I'm not lying here. Come on, you. Where are you? I haven't touched this in ages. There we go. So it slides back just a touch, and then folds out. Oh, neat. And has spot for what was at the time the only 2 DS Castlevania games, which was Dawn of Sorrow and Portrait of Ruin. It also came with, and it did not fit the DS that was out at the time, because at the time it was just the original DS Fat. Let me get this out of the slip here. There we go. It came with a Castlevania stylus. I know it's a little fuzzy on there, but it actually has the Castlevania written across it. And it was actually, to make things easier, an extendable stylus. I was like, that's cool. So, like, the bottom half is actually a clear see-through, and the white was on the... I'm like, that's fucking neat. I dig that. That might actually fit the DS Lite. I need to check that. But in any case, on the back side of that little foldy thing, though, was attached the 20th Anniversary Castlevania Sound Selection soundtrack.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's definitely a less than conventional case, because it's just got this little, like, foam nub thing attached to it to hold the CD on. But the track list is all in beautiful silver ink print along the back end of it there, with 37 tracks.
Neat.
And I think that didn't they say that the Castlevania soundtrack is on Spotify now or something?
I think so. Mm-hmm. What's really cool too is the track list is actually organized by which game it came out of. So it's got 5 tracks from Castlevania, 1 from Simon's Quest, 1 from Dracula's Curse, 2 from Super Castlevania, 1 from Castlevania Adventure, 2 from Bloodlines, 3 from Rondo of Blood. We got 4 from Symphony of the Night, another 2 from Lament of Innocence, and another pair from Curse of Darkness, 3 from Circle of the Moon, 1 from Harmony of Dissonance, 1 from Aria of Sorrow, 3 from Portrait of Dawn of Sorrow, 4 from Portrait of Ruin, and 2 extra bonus tracks, beginning The Legend of the Demon Castle, and everybody's favorite, Bloody Tears. All in the pack.
Nice.
So it's a beautiful little set, but that'd be a big waste of space if that was all that was in there, wouldn't it? Because that's a pretty thick box for just a CD and a pen.
So what else is in there, Larry?
Exactly. So gorgeous, like super thick deluxe art book.
Ooh.
So let's pop this open, and what's really cool too is the art book actually has a little forward from Igarashi.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then all the artwork is actually, even though it's not in-game art, actually has listings of what game the artwork was from. So like Lament of Innocence, and it all kind of takes it in order. Artwork from the 3 Game Boy games. So,
yes.
but no, it's a really neat. The Aria of Sorrow one's real pretty. You'll dig this.
Oh.
Yeah.
That black and white with a little touch of red in there, just fantastic. The Dawn of Sorrow has the cover art. Same thing for Portrait of Ruin as well, which looks really nice, blown up and spread out across the multiple pages. It's just spectacular artwork. But yeah, and then the back has a little bit about Ayami Kojima, who is one of the artists and character designers, and a little bit on Michiru Yamane, who is the composer. And the last piece in here, I think this is honestly one of the coolest parts, is it's got a four-fold fold-out poster, but the backside is a full timeline of the series story.
Nice.
Neat.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
So
cool.
going all the way from the year 1094 up to 2036.
Cool.
But that
Yeah,
was the pre-order bonus that came with Portrait of Ruin when that came out.
I actually watched a YouTube series video about them chronologically the whole Castlevania series. I was just like, that's
Like a timeline
interesting.
video?
Yeah, I was like, that's interesting. Or some of the games that happened like way before Castlevania, the first one even started. I'm like, oh wow.
Uh-huh. So
Because I
but it was-
didn't realize that I think Bloodlines was the split because I
Mhm.
think that's after the Belmonts gave the whip to a different family
Yep.
and stuff. I was just like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't even recognize that.
Yep. But yeah, that's the 20th anniversary celebration pack pre-order bonus from Castlevania Portrait of Ruin on the original DS.
It's cool.
So
Yes.
I figured since we were talking Castlevania, that'd be a good one to pull out. So, but that's bonus round this week, boys and girls. So we're gonna take a quick fiver, and then we'll be back with News Desk and get into the third half of the show. And welcome to the third half of the show. This is the back half where we either deep dive into a special subject, or like this week, we're gonna head on over to the News Desk with a little beep 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 beep. Beep. And so we've been gone for 2 weeks. There's definitely a little bit to catch up on. The most recent news, because it happened just a few hours ago today as of recording, was we got dropped a Nintendo Direct all about Super Mario Maker 2 for the Switch. And they kind of stealth dropped a little bit more news sort of in there, deals, whatever you want to call it. But so let's dig in. Eddie, you're usually good on this. You want to throw us the breakdown?
Okay, so they still announced the game will be out June 28th. Right now I have this news story because they dropped a lot of information on it. So this story is going to be coming from Game Informer. They did a breakdown of everything. Some of the important things about it is tools and things. Like the first game, you'll build your stage the ground up with level palettes, foes, and items from the various Mario games. You can modify foes to make them bigger and hide them in blocks. New tools include slopes, the angry sun enemy, snake blocks on off switches for blocks, seesaws that tilt under the player's weight, swinging claws Mario can use to swing through the air, water and lava levels, and custom scrolling for side-scrolling levels, dry bone shells, bullet bills, and new sound effects. New course themes include desert, snow, forest, sky, and day and night, the latter featuring new renditions of classic Mario themes. All things have modifiers that affect the stage at night, like the ground or on the snow theme, causing Mario to slip around, while the desert theme has a sandstorm that blocks Mario back. You can set clear conditions for each level, such as the player obtaining a certain object of amount of coins. While Super Mario Maker 2 includes classic game styles, it also has a new style based on Mario 3D World, so you can create 3D stages with unique objects, actions, and characters like Cat Mario. And with this, if you make a stage in the Super Mario 3D World, you cannot translate that to the other games. It's only going to be created set for the 3D worlds. Right. They're adding multiplayer and Course World. You'll need a Nintendo Switch Online membership to upload, share, and play others' courses via Course World. You can browse them by theme, difficulty, recency, genre, and most popular. In Course World, you can do an endurance run of randomly selected stages, global rankings, and bragging rights in endless challenge mode. Network multiplayer options let you play stages competitively or cooperatively with other players. In both modes, your mission is to get through the course. The verse mode includes the ranking system. You and a friend can make levels together with another player using the co-op option or co-op function, and there is a local multiplayer option for up to four people. So if you own anyone who owns a cart of Super Mario Maker 2, if you're locally with 3 other people, you guys can play it and jump off that one cart. Or if you guys are at home or at someone's house, as long as one person is online, everybody will be still able to play on that cart. So they did also talk about game vouchers that you guys could get for $99.99. So what happens is if you pre-order Super Mario Maker, you could get another game also for like $20 cheaper or $30 cheaper. They made the whole total package $99.99, so $100. So you're kind of paying $50 for both. And this is going to all be going on for 1 year. So if you're looking for games like Ultimate Alliance 3, or if you're looking at Fire Emblem 3 Stories, or anything that's first party that Nintendo owns, you guys could do this deal. So they, like I said, the 4-player co-op, the first one to win, to get to the pole wins that level, and they will get the points. And depending on your win and loss ratio, it depends on how your stats is going to be and how you place on the leaderboards. So they dropped a lot. It's 15 minutes. You guys can check it out on Nintendo website, or for the Nintendo Direct or their YouTube channel if you want to see more in action. There is one space that is open, so we don't know what that space is. There might be one more gameplay style they're going to introduce. We don't know what it could be. They say they have more secrets and stuff to tell at coming in the future, and I think we're going to see it at E3 because that game should be showcasing at E3 for the Treehouse Live before the game actually comes out.
So I've got some thoughts on this, and there apparently was a tiny little one-frame Easter egg in there as well. But I'm gonna open the floor first and see what everybody else thinks on this thing.
There was a lot in there. In that
Mm.
15 or 16 minutes, there was a lot. But it looks really fun. And the changes are needed, I think, to bring it kind of up to date. I think it's cool that you can. I do like the two-player aspect. Like you could have two people creating a level. I also
Yes.
like the idea of bundling it with Nintendo Online. They're doing that, and if you already have Nintendo Online, that 12 months that you get stacked
Mhm.
already have. So it's not like just throwing people that are Nintendo loyalists out.
Yeah.
Right.
To mention, there is it's great that you mentioned that the online thing, Josh. There is a package for $70 that you get Super Mario Maker online, Super Mario Maker 2, and you get Nintendo Online for 1 whole year for $70. I think it's the digital package.
Yes, it is.
So
Yep.
yeah, okay. So you guys can check that out. Yeah, $20, and then you get the game for $50, really. So you're saving $10 for it. So that's a good deal. And also if you pre-order the game digitally, or if you go to, I guess, your local stores, whoever's doing the pre-orders, you'll also get a stylist, exclusive stylist for the game. And also, everybody, Koji Kondo is doing the music. Koji Kondo is doing the music. He brought some new tracks to it, and they sound really, really good for what they played in the clip.
Yeah, I think that sounded good too. I like the music. I like the new biomes that you can do. I like the, you can do water, levels of different water. You can have it dynamically change. You can do lava like that. There's a lot of things in there that are just going to be really fun to play around with.
Yeah, I like the fact that you could ride the dry bone shells and then duck down and then crush it, and then you
And like
get
it'd
back
be
up.
invincible for a few seconds. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I
So-
have to learn. I had to learn how to make the because every time I look at the shoot 'em up levels, they remind me of Gradius, and I want to figure out how I can make those levels. So,
Yeah.
So,
Kathy?
Kathy, what'd you think on this?
Probably just it's gonna be repetitive. I thought, again, having liked the original Mario Maker, this is a nice update. I'm looking forward to seeing what people are going to create. I'm definitely going to enjoy having this on stream because this is going to be fun, not only to play on stream, but also to create and could be really interactive on stream. I liked I don't know if you mentioned it, but I also kind of like the idea of a vehicle in the game.
yeah.
The
Oh
car.
yeah, that was
I
kind
thought
of
that-
interesting.
I'm like, that would be so freaking cool. I mean, it's just the creativity
When-
plus the fact that you can scroll up. Just
Right.
Yeah.
the changes, like you said, Josh, it was needed. The old Super Mario Maker, great, but needed to be updated. This is a great update and a great addition. So
When they dropped that card thing, I was like, "You, Kelly." I got super excited. I'm like, "Whoa!"
Well, I mean, and it just went from, and I think that was the whole thing. It was like, okay, and I kept getting
Mhm.
like when the angry sun, I'm like, yay! Oh, finally, I can, beat the frickin' sun. It's nice to see them bring in more content in, and then the big bullet bills, and then just every little new thing, and now slopes. I think that's a great thing because now people
Yes.
can actually slide. The co-op, the competitiveness of it, I think is just really going to add to the replayability of it. So it's definitely going to be one that we're going to get, and we'll have fun with it. But I also can see it get. I think a lot of people are going to spend more time playing everybody else's levels. Because I know I'm not real creative. I'll make like a few things to test, but I'm really looking forward to seeing
That's me too.
the different levels. And I do like how they are dividing them up into categories, because one of
Yeah.
my favorites to
Yes.
play are the don't move ones, where you just automatically go through the level. Those I think are the best, and I have a hard time finding them. So
The auto
this will
scrolls,
be
yeah.
nice to be
Yeah.
able to pick and choose. I also like that you can do the run. You can set the level difficulty for that run through to see how far you can get. So you don't have to do. You can make it really really tough, or you can do it really easy, and it'll progress along with what you have it set for. So
Yeah, I can't wait to start creating levels and just like fooling around. I'm real curious now because someone mentioned about the Super Famicom thing
mhm.
that happened, and I'm like, hold on, wait, Super Famicom? What is this? Please, Nintendo, give me something lost level ish. Like,
That would
I
be
mean,
cool.
even though that's yeah,
You'll probably
I'm
be able
just
to make it look like that. Yeah, it'll be cool.
I still wish I would bring the Super Mario 2 themes to it because that would really nothing like that is one of my favorite Super Mario games. I know
yeah.
it's kind of in between. Well, Eddie, when you make your levels, you'll have to let me know because I would love to play them on stream.
I will. Cause I did one of them where it's just like a coin run. So all you got to do is follow the coins and stuff, in order to get through. And I was timing and jumping. I think I spent like a good old 3 days working on that. And I guess I love that creativity, just like fooling around with physics, making sure the jumps are easy enough for that anyone could play and just be like, oh, that was a cool level.
Yeah.
Because now that it got the auto scrolling and the little the moving parts, I'm gonna see if I can do a roller coaster like Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Neat. Yeah.
I want to do that so bad, and because I want to do it like with the slopes too.
Mhm.
Like you slide down, you hop on, and it takes you up for a roller coaster, and then you get through there. Like I would love that. Also, maybe for DLC, because someone put a picture like what could be the next thing for this. They could do Paper Mario because they had that Super
Oh
Paper
yeah.
Mario
Sure.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
They
cool.
could do. Oh, okay, I'm
I
gonna
wonder
stop.
if they're gonna have the amiibo again because that was probably our
Of
favorite
course,
thing to do
of course
was
they're going. Yeah.
with the
Mhm.
different pixel sprites. That was always so much fun.
Yes. Um, that little dog that came out was from Mario Paint, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
wait, what? Huh? Okay,
Uh-huh.
y'all know. I think at E3 they'll do they'll announce it because I now want that Luigi Mario and a
Mhm.
Mario in that construction outfit as an amiibo. I would love that, and that
I
could be
bet you
something
they will.
special.
I bet you
They
they will
will.
Yeah,
have it.
Oh, they're going to. Yeah.
So
like
cool.
I would buy that as a bundle for $80,
Mhm. Yeah. So
and then give someone the free. I'm like, hey, World War One listeners, we got a promotion going on. I got a 20 year,
20
free.
year. You got a
I
lot of
got a
money.
free. Right, I got a free Nintendo Online. If you guys want to have it, just
Yeah, well, don't say
follow
that
the
because
content.
somebody's gonna hold you to it, and then we're gonna get in
Right.
trouble. Larry, what
Uh-huh.
did you think?
So I'm probably in the minority here, but honestly, I grumped.
Aw. Why?
First off, my immediate thought was, why does Mario Maker get a sequel? Stick with the Maker series and give me another Maker from another franchise.
I think Mario Maker was
Oh.
because it sold I think 1 million
I
copies.
I know, but still,
And it's
there's so
probably
much
the
for it.
easiest one to translate.
Like,
it-
I think the next easiest one would have been to roll out like Donkey Kong Maker or Kirby Maker. Kirby Maker would
Mega
be
Man.
cool.
Mega Man, I think, would have been a better one.
Oh, for Capcom.
Yeah, but that's not their
I
franchise.
know, but I'm just saying, only because with, well, Donkey
A-
Kong, yeah, you
actually-
could, yeah.
I think there was one for Vita. I think that Vita game that Mega Man Vita game that came out. I think you was able to make your own levels in that one, the 2D one. I have to get back to you got there about that one.
Mhm.
But I
So
can
that
see
was my-
Mega Man getting one.
That was my first thought. My second thought, after watching through all the new stuff, I just kept going in my head going, is there any reason that any and all of this content was not on the fucking first game?
Because they probably didn't know how it was gonna do.
It's iteration,
Yeah.
you know.
It just annoys me. I'm like, this all should have and could have been on the first game without an issue, and then we wouldn't have to deal with a fucking sequel. You could have just ported it for cheap and been making me Donkey Kong Maker.
But there's a lot of people who are not creative making levels in games, and for Nintendo to outright give you the tools on how to make a Mario game or even a platform in that sense, it's gonna be something that, hey, we want to start you guys off with easy and see how this does. Because don't forget, a lot of people couldn't understand everything from Little Big Planet. And Nintendo kind of took that idea and made it simple to be like, we're giving you guys the key to make your own Mario game and see what you guys can create. Since you guys love this franchise, so like
They
you
need to
and
make a
like,
hard mode. Donkey Kong is hard mode. Mario Maker's easy mode. You know, for all us noobs who like to play stuff on easy mode.
yeah. So I agree with you, Josh. This iteration and stuff, like,
Yeah.
just rolling it out and then to better it. And I like to have this game to be able now to make your levels on the go. So while you
Yeah.
on lunch break now, you're still able to create and have those juices flow.
I think they should have
Yeah,
a
that is the cool
Fortnite
thing because
creator.
you take your whole console with you.
Yeah.
So,
They should make a Fortnite creator. That's what I'm
And
looking
also-
for.
and
Damn it.
also any level that you download, you can play offline. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Those are my
Continue.
significant thoughts, though.
It's a good
Some
point.
minutia thoughts, though. Why the dry bone shell? You literally just reinvented the Tanuki suit.
No, you didn't.
No, you're right. But that
No,
was my
it's different.
first thought when I saw the
Oh.
dry bone shell go dead.
It's just the reverse of the Buzzy Beetle helmet. It's just now you're sitting in it instead of wearing it on your head.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I wonder if you could wear both at the same time.
Probably not.
I would not be ready for that kind of level design.
That'd be interesting.
But
I'd play that. But yeah, that's, I don't know.
it's kind of like the boot, actually. I think that's part of it. It's like the boot.
Yeah. It's
So-
just
I have no compulsion to play it or buy it even.
I think it's just opening your mind and your creativity with these tools. Seeing that the first one was successful, now they can put in more stuff to see, it's a new IP and you want to get feedback. You don't want to put everything up there and then you just be like, well, you guys put too much in, and then they start taking stuff out and then people be missing it in the second game. So I think they just try to balance out the test of water to see how it would do, and it done very well. And now that it'll be out soon, people can really plan out their levels, and who knows, there's going to be some creative minds, some people putting the stuff out, and this, like I said, this opens up the door for people to put out what they feel like is a Mario game to them and just share it with the world. It could be hard, it could be easy, but they're putting it out there to be like, create something that you feel like represents Mario to you and let the world experience it. Because trust me, if you had a Metroid game, Larry, I probably would be playing your game, and you'll probably spend maybe 2.5 months trying to design one.
My Metroid game would be terrible. I mean, I love playing them, but I don't have the mind for
That's the thing.
for the
I don't
stage
personally like
building at
creating
that
in
pace.
Mario Maker that much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like playing what
Same.
other people come up with.
Yeah.
Well, you guys will enjoy my levels then, because I love.
Speaking of it though, was Mario Maker the first one? Did that come out on when the Switch came out, or was that only a Wii? Was that
No,
a
Wii
Wii
U.
U.
that was
And
Wii
so
U.
like
See-
there's like
Yeah.
so many more people on the Switch.
And that's why I'm thinking maybe that's, at the time, the Switch was probably being in development. They probably didn't want to add too much because they knew they would be going to a new console because the Wii U wasn't
Mhm.
doing so well. So that may explain why they didn't put all that stuff on the original game either. Just because they wanted to test the market, but then they were doing the Switch, so instead of doing like a download, DLC for the original, they just decided to create the new game.
And I know,
all
yeah,
shenanigans.
and I know Nintendo said they had games in development for the future. So I think when Switch came out and they was talking about it, I think Mario Maker was already like in pre-production. They was getting all of that and stuff because everybody wanted that Mario, the first one, to be ported to Switch. But now that we got this new version, it's just like, well, forget that old port.
Yeah, pretty
give
much,
us the new
yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's the Mario Maker Direct. Eddie, you want to since you guys were enjoying this, or Kathy, how about that?
About
Kathy,
what?
you want to give us the lead-in on Pro Jared?
Nope, I don't even want to talk about that guy. I don't want to give him any more time than I've already given him. I'll help,
Well, I
Betty,
agree with
but
that.
no. That's a clusterfuck
So,
if I've ever seen one.
So quick one, everybody. Pro Jared is a YouTuber. He posted, I think, was it Thursday night? It might have been sometime last week. He
It was
posted
over
that.
the weekend, I think.
Yeah. He posted a thing that said that he and his wife was getting a divorce. And from there was a lot of drama and problems that came out of it. He blocked his wife. She didn't know what was going on. The mistress that he was with responded. And it comes to find out that Pro Jared, not only was he a cheater with another female, but he has been putting out explicit content with some of the
All what it
fans.
is, dick pics.
Well,
Yeah,
explicit.
They were.
I mean, yeah. Calling it explicit content because he did a sexy Sailor Moon costume that if you see the picture you might want to just put holy water on your eyes, or it's been a mess, but he put out the statement saying he did a couples therapy and individual therapy.
Oh, we lost the mic.
Right.
Good job, Eddie.
Might fail. That he was going to do therapy and couples therapy, and didn't nobody know any of these problems, but he made all of this stuff public. So at the time being, I don't think Pro Jared has been on Twitter. Holly, I think it's the girl that he was the mistress. She has witnessed to Heidi, and Heidi is the wife. She put out some news that the Holly sent her ex-husband to be news and stuff, and then fans and stuff were coming out saying that he sent out dick pics and wanted porn or nudity stuff from them. So it's kind of been a big wreck, and all I can say is this is my final thought about it, is that we who viewed it just love the drama. Feel again. We love the drama, but it's kind of, it was luckily people wasn't attacking Heidi or anything. How they're going about with Pro Jared, I think he lost some subscribers. I don't know how many. I don't know. I think Holly lost the subscribers. I don't know how many. But it's a messy situation, and all of this could have been avoided if he didn't put that statement out. So that's why when I said don't Pro Jeremy, bro, don't block me and put business out, because I'm not that kind of person. So. And plus, I was using his name as as a verb and stuff. And everybody was making fun of his picture because they was calling him, "Who's this ugly big nose? And how does he have a wife?" And the physical looks and stuff, the attacking, like, that's not necessary in my opinion. So, Josh, any thoughts?
No. No, I'm just staying away from it. I mean, I try to focus on the positive stuff. This is just stupid.
Which is funny that you mentioned something positive, because the State of Play was also shown last week. PlayStation did a 10-minute viewing of their State of Play series. This is episode 2. So they started out with Monster Hunter World. They showed off their new DLC, which is called Iceborne. They showed off some new animals that she will be fighting, some new monsters. One of the big ones they showed was Velk Hana, and it will be out September 9th. I don't know if it's coming to when it's coming to Xbox, but it will be on PlayStation 4. Next, they moved on to Riverbound, 4-player co-op dungeon crawler. This one looks kind of like a 3D Dot Hero in a sense, and isometric. It's also going to have 8 skin crossovers. These characters are from different games. So you got Robot 05 from Planet of the Eyes. Demoza from Knights and Bikes, Lover Moo from Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time, Juan Akugate from Guacamelee, you got the Kid from Bastion, you got Raz Aquato from Psychonauts, Shovel Knight is going to be in there, you got Bullet Kin from Enter the Gungeon. And this game is being developed by Coco Cucumber, and it will be out this summer. Where I think they're developing and publishing it. Have you guys checked out? Did you guys watch the state of play or anything?
No, I haven't had a chance.
I looked at a little recap of it. I saw that they announced that Predator game.
Yeah,
and they showed a little more in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Which
yes,
I think as that starts approaching, like we're gonna have to have a conversation because there's like a whole generation of people that have no idea what happens in that game.
Yeah.
So like, how much do they show? Do they want to, like for spoilers and things like that? Because I know like some people probably don't really want to know.
Yeah.
Yes. It's good that you mentioned the Predator game. Predator Hunting Grounds. This is coming from Elphonic in 26th Century. This is an online asymmetric multiplayer shooter. It'll be out in 2020. This is the game that they mentioned that would be the new game that they was going to release. I thought it was like a comedy shooter game because of the music that they played. Like if you listen to the music, you'd be like, "This sounds like MASH or something," like some weird kind of thing. But then they lifted it up and showed it was a Predator game, so you guys will be able to check it out. It's kind of like the Dead by Daylight kind of game in a sense. You would have like
one person's a predator and the other people are trying to either get away or hunt him or kill him. I don't know.
Yeah, so yeah, you guys can check out the PlayStation blog if you want to learn more about that. They showed the update to Medieval. That'll be out October 25th. It's be coming out from Other Ocean and Emerville. It really looks good. It looks a little bit fast paced, like a stylish action game, kind of almost. Away, the survival series. This is coming by Breaking Walls. It's kind of like a adventure game where you have to escape the forest and other animals who are trying to escape. They announced days of play, and during that, I believe that's going to be during E3 or sometime in June. They're showing the limited edition metallic PS4, so you guys can check that out. And Josh mentioned that Final Fantasy remake. What they showed kind of is coming from the beginning part of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
And there's going to be more to come in June from Square Enix press conference. It looks like it's going to be an action game. Right now, they really just showed Aerith or Eris, depending on how you want to call her, but they showed some of the action thing from Cloud and from Barrett. So you guys would be, if you guys are interested, check out the State of Play on YouTube from Sony's channel. It's only 10 minutes, and if you guys want to get to know more, you can also check out Sony's PlayStation blog for more details. But yeah, I think the State of Play was better than the first one.
It was more what we as the gamers I think want to see. They just didn't want to see a bunch of VR titles, so.
Yes.
This is showing more of what's coming up.
And I think hopefully we get a State of Play for next month. I kind of like them rolling it out per month. Yeah.
I think we're going to get something for E3. They're not going to just let E3 happen without any kind of conversation.
Yes.
I think.
Yes. So for the last story and kind of our big discussion, our Soulstorm, it has been announced. It is coming to consoles and PC sometime in 2020. right now at this time, we know that's coming out for PlayStation 4, but that's the only console that we know that's coming out. It's going to be a 2.9D kind of puzzle adventure game, action game in a sense. You can check out the trailer, and I know, Larry, you have thoughts, so I'm going to hand it over to you.
No, I'm just nope. I'm gonna pass the buck.
Josh or Kathleen, any thoughts about this game or anything?
I've never played any of the games, so this was just, I did watch a trailer. It looks interesting. It is something I'll probably try, but I really can't say much about it except that it just looks interesting, because not knowing much of the story and much of the background of the other games, I really can't give much feedback on what I saw.
And I think Kathleen
Huh?
puts a good point on that. I think you put a good point, Kathleen. Like, I'm thinking that this game is going to be more of like a jumping on point for people, because it's been a long time since we've seen any of these the story in this game.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be modernized a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it. I'm personally just looking forward to more info on it.
Yeah, if you guys want to read more about it, Game Informer do have a preview, so they kind of break stuff down. So if you guys want to check it out, you can there. All I
know is I want it.
I'm going to wait for Larry to play it, and get it, and I'm going to get his thoughts about it. Because I don't understand how they're calling this the true sequel when the original plan for this game hasn't even been fulfilled. And we know that plans sometimes changes for different games. But Lauren Lanning has had various opinions about certain console makers and various opinions about his games. And I just can't, not saying I can't gel with them or agree with them or anything, but I completely feel like this series should have been done a long time ago if he knew that he had a strong fan base. And so I'll wait for Larry's playthrough of this, his stream, what he thinks about it. But for me personally, I'm going to pass on this game.
Yeah, it can't come soon enough. Plain and simple. I'm glad it's not just a straight remake like we talked about. I'm glad they're doing something different, and taking the Exodus story and expanding on it. There's a lot of unanswered questions though, and this is literally just the first tease. I mean, this isn't out for till 2020. So
we're going to see it probably with next gen consoles, and
mm-hmm.
it'll hopefully be playable, I think, on this gen too. But
yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
I think the only question, and Kathleen, if you have anything left, this would be my final point. I want to know if he's going to bring it to Nintendo the way that he has his opinions about Nintendo, because I think if he doesn't bring in the Switch, I don't think it's going to sell well. But that's just my opinion. Anything that you have last to say, Kathleen, before I hand it over to you, Larry?
No.
Oh. All right, Larry, it's all in your hands. That's the new desk.
All right. So let's wrap this bitch up. As always, thank you to my partners in crime, Eddie, Josh, Kathy. Thank you to everybody that tuned in this week. If you suffered all the way to this point, make sure you subscribe to us on your podcast catcher of choice, be it at our home at Podbean at world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify. Should definitely hit subscribe and then ring the notification bell on the YouTube channel, as well as following us on Twitch so that you can get all those handy dandy notifications when we go live and we're doing stuff. Make sure you hit the like on the Facebook page and follow us on Twitter because we do put out notifications when we're going live and new stuff's going up on those channels as well. Other than that, I think that wraps it up. Everybody want to say goodnight?
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
And everybody go check out the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie.
Oh, yeah.
I heard it's really
Yeah.
good.
That was actually a shit ton of fun. It was way better than it had any fucking right to be.
Cool.
It was legit good. So, but yeah, that being said, good night, everybody. Peace.
Bye, everybody, and we'll see you next time on World 11 Podcast.